Welcome back, my fellow duplicants, to Oxygen Not Included. Today I've got some more spaced out DLC, and we are going to try to get down here into this hot biome full of zombie spores and try to disinfect some things that we have down here. We have a lot of crude oil, very, very useful, especially for making up that petroleum. And I have lots of good uses for that because we end up shipping that through our warp pipe input over here. But I want to make sure that what I'm sending through there is going to be nice and clean. This is kind of an important thing to keep in mind, not only for the sake that we are doing this right here, but if we ever have like infected, polluted water and whatnot, some of the techniques that I hopefully I'm going to employ today will work, and you can kind of see how they take care of germs. So first and foremost, it's best to understand what kind of disease you have and what sort of environments they survive in. That is very important. That is where this little entries database is going to come handy, and you can go right down here and look at diseases. Today we're dealing with zombie spores. The side effect of getting zombie spores is pretty serious. It's not quite deadly. I believe it was deadly in the past, but now it's not quite as deadly. Although it is -10 to all attributes, which is horrible, and it is just about deadly because your dupe can barely move or function or anything like that. So we do got to be careful. One of the things I want to make sure I have in place before I go and kind of mess with that is some place to hospitalize my dupe. So if they unfortunately do get sick, they will spread less germs to other dupes that are trying to rescue them. Now, you may have seen over here on my main base that I built up the apothecary. The one thing that we would have to treat a dupe with zombie spores would be the serum vial right there, but that is a pretty hard thing to make. It has steel plus a sun nymph egg, and unfortunately, even though I do have, or shall I say I had some shine bugs in my base, I never really got sun nymphs. So that's one thing I just simply did not ranch. All right, the other topic that I'm looking at here today is over on the third base where Meep is at right now. And one of the things that my goals for this area is to kind of control the heat coming out of these gold volcanoes. Now, as far as my larger strategy of how I'm going to tap into these volcanoes, that might be a little bit interesting because I have multiple of them throughout my base, and I'm not necessarily going to have the same amount of space around all of them. So I might want to be a little bit mindful of that. One benefit that I have going on, at least when dealing with this, is that it is surrounded by vacuums right now. So realistically, all I need to do is keep the heat from these tiles from spreading into the other tiles, and then that'll buy me loads and loads of time. I won't have to really rush to get anything done here. So the nice thing about that is because right now things are not too hot, and I'm not exposed to anything that is too horrible right now, I don't actually need a suit in order to do the work that I need to do around this thing. Although I do need dupes, and since they're here now, awesome. So I'll do a little bit of preventative maintenance on this here so it doesn't catch me off guard, and then we'll hopefully, once they implement more of the other stuff down here, start to dig into the more hazardous stuff like radium and whatnot. Ooh, and deal with that stuff. But our primary goal right down here is to harvest this lead and get our hands on that crude oil. Hey, and even some of these molten larvae, those would be nice, wouldn't it? Now, Gene down here is just absolutely pissed off, hungry, ready to fight. That's good, good spirit. All right, so the primary thing that I need down here in order to survive, basically more for the reason of temperature, because it's about 86 degrees inside of here. I'm gonna need some sort of suit, either an Atmos suit or a jet suit. As it turns out, I have more jet suits than Atmos suits, so that's what I'm gonna go with. The overheat temperature of lead is not good enough, so I'm going to have to go over to Sludgax here, and I'm going to teleport through here a little bit of iron. So if I go down here to refined metal, that's not it. Let me try that again. Refined metal, and we're going to go for a little bit of iron. There you go. Additionally, here, I want to be able to make up a little bit more steel. I do need more, and I do need a couple more jet suits. I don't think I have too many. Matter of fact, I could probably see how many I have. Let's check this out. Oh, look at that. I got 2 units. Perfect. So let me go on over here, and I think under clothing, there we go. I can click on the jet suit and send one of those through as well. Oh, a little bit of plastique. Nice. All right, so another thing that I could do in this base that I have yet to even get into just yet. Oh, check this out. We have a bunch of Pacu fillets down here. And the reason that they're not going bad is because they're refrigerated. It's nice and cold. There's actually a lot of food down there. Oh, and hey, look, a little shine bug. Hey, bud, you're the last one. And you're elderly, so, well, never mind. Get a good glimpse. They won't be there long. So one of the things I was thinking about doing over here is actually taking some of this really cold water, right? So we've got this stuff that's just absolutely frozen. Taking that, running it up through something like a metal refinery here. I mean, I figure, why not? Why not do this? And then we could just dump that water right back down there on top of that ice. It'll kind of help us melt the ice down here so that we can get at the water that's inside of it. Well, it technically is water. You know what I mean, right? Yeah. Well, technically it's a video game, so it's nothing but ones and zeros. That's a way that I can build up a little bit of steel a bit faster if I want to build up a few more suits. We no longer need these because we've automated our suit production somewhere over here. One of these. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, I forgot to plug it in. Here, I thought this was working. I mean, it was working in theory. I just... Fine, it wasn't working. All right. What else do we got going on? Turner, who's on fire? Oh, dupes. Scalding. Ah! See, you guys need suits down here as well. And this is just too hot. We've got some hot projects that we need to do down here. And it's about converting crude oil into petroleum using the heat. You can see that we have this massive magma core down here. And that's going to be super useful for that. Although my dupes keep catching fire every time they go down here, so maybe this would be a good idea as well. All right, so now that I have that, I can go ahead and put my jet suit checkpoint right down here. I should have iron. Why don't I have iron? Dupes, can you not get over there? Well, you should be able to now. Dupes, please build the ladder. See, I knew you could get over there. Why can't we get into the eggshell? What's going on? Why don't I have access to iron? What's going on, dupes? Oh, it's because I only have 9 point something kilograms. Here, gosh. Shows how much I'm paying attention. That's not tons, it's just kilograms. Ah, that makes sense. All right, so I'm on my main base here. We're just installing the gas pipe needed in order to run the little jet suits at the bottom of my base. You can see that all these dupes are getting in on the action. Man, look at that productivity. How you guys doing over here? You're doing pretty good. Still quite productive. Nice. I believe my food is currently on the decline. I should probably go ahead and build up a little bit of a farm. The real question is where? One of the things I want to ranch here is I want to ranch Drecos. Here it is. But getting my hands on Drecos might be a little bit more difficult, as they are currently inside of high pressure chlorine, 286 kilograms per tile. Ooh, we could ranch pips though. The one thing I wasn't really thinking about over here was ranching. That didn't come to mind right off the bat. But wherever there's a critter, there could be a ranch. So maybe it's worth doing. Ooh, I've got too much hydrogen. I don't really have a plan for all of the extra hydrogen at the moment, so I'm going to try to store it up a little bit. I'll just build a quick pipe, and that should take care of it. I put in a rock crusher over here. The reason I did that is for eggshells and lime and stuff like that. I also want to grind up things like... I'm also going to want to grind up things like igneous rock for sand and stuff like that. That way I can run my water sieve, which you can see that I currently don't have any sand on this map, so I do need that to be in place. All right, here we go. Now we're shipping some things. A lot of refined metal. I think there even goes a suit. I don't think we need more dupes. Stop. Oh no, here comes more iron. All right, so over here, we should have lots and lots of stuff coming through. Yes, there we go. Grub eggs. No, send the grub eggs back. We don't need those. All right, well, at least I should have enough to build a jet suit dock now. Yes, I have over I have 1,000 metal, so that should be good. All right, so I'm gonna build that right there, and then a jet suit dock right behind it. Good, and then I'll come in right down here. We'll build this out of granite, and that will be good. Now, as far as skills over here, all right, it's gonna come down to Gene with super hard digging. Good luck. We're just gonna add to that stress. Oh, and it looks like Baffatum, though, can actually go all the way up to exosuit training right there. That's going to max out your stress, but at least you'll be able to move inside the suit quite a bit faster. We won't get that penalty. Awesome. Another thing we're going to need to do over here is make sure that we pipe in oxygen to this. I'm not so worried about the petroleum. I think we can live without that. But I will want to pipe in oxygen, otherwise my dupe could definitely get stuck and suffocate. Which would not be good. I'm going to go someplace where we have lots of oxygen. We'll do that right here. And then, as you have seen me do a whole bunch of times by now, this little number. And we will snake that through here like so. And back over, as not to mess up our liquid lock, and there we have it. Boom. We're also going to need power down there because everything requires a little bit of power. So we'll do this number, and then plug that in. And then right down here, we'll put in a tile, just like so, and cancel that. Okay, awesome. All right, so one of the things that I'm going to want to do here is make sure that I move gas through a reservoir, and that the gas stays inside that reservoir long enough to be exposed to the chlorine, where the chlorine will kill off anything that's inside of there. When you store something inside of a container, you can affect what's inside of that container with chlorine and kill off the germs. So what I'm going to need over here is a way to kind of kill off those germs. So what's going to be important here is how I control what goes in and out of these reservoirs and how long it stays inside of there. So the gas that I'll be a little bit worried about here is going to be the carbon dioxide. Although, for the most part, it doesn't look too bad. See, that's just a vacuum, that's carbon dioxide. Although, we do have some zombie spores inside the crude oil, so it's the liquid that I'm mostly worried about. However, there is a chance that we can introduce some gas, and then this poor child could then give off into that atmosphere. You can see that it is looking for carbon dioxide. That's why I want to have a chlorine environment here, so that when I go to dig into this area, I'm bringing in chlorine, which is designed to kill off the germs rather than, you know, do the opposite. Ooh, inside of the printing pod, I have some food. I think that'll be useful over here. This might delay my need to go and get some more food. So there we go. Plop that down. Nice. Good deal. One of the things I could do inside of here just to make these dupes a little bit more efficient. We don't have enough carbon dioxide built up down here. This is where I was thinking of housing the food. And you can see why, because it's right here. You got the kitchen and then your food storage right down there. If I wanted to cook stuff, this would be a great spot to do it. And then filtration medium goes right there. Boop, just like that. Set that to 4. Pipe blocked. All right, so back over on the meat planet here. I've got my dupes heading down here. They're gonna go and dig around this aluminum volcano. You can see that I'm leaving extra tiles. So we're not directly touching the ones that are also touching the refined aluminum. However, it would be interesting if we could actually just reach through here and grab that. Then I might just go down here and try to take the heat, leave the granite. I mean, that thing's already in a volcano. If I could just grab to the corner, that would be sweet. Here, dupes, have your grub eggs back. We don't need those anyhow. Where do those even come out? Ah, right there. Let's see here. What can I do with the eggs? Allow manual use. Haha, there we go. Oh no, oh no, oh no. All my dupes are grabbing eggs from everywhere. No. Nope. Cancel. Drop the fish. These dupes. Sweep only critter eggs. Allow manual use. Thank you. Oh no, where'd the grubs go? Okay, there we go. Still there. What are you doing, desktop? I got 7 idle dupes in this base. Are you kidding me right now? Dupes, you don't have enough to do. All right, dupes, since you need something to do, here's a terrible job. I want you to dig all the way down here, pull in some liquid, and then that liquid is just going to fall right down. Yeah. That'll teach you to go idle. And then, of course, we need power, and there's only one way to pull power in this base. The most destructive way possible. We're going to put a small transformer here. Wattage sensor. Put the thing. Bring this wire in. And then we'll plug that in just like that. Ha! I mean, this seems safe. Why not just have all my dupes underwater working at the same time? Are you really... These dupes are catching their breath at the bottom of a frozen pond. The mind boggles. Hassan looks to be in not the best How do you manage this without dying? Oh, there you go. Just go catch your breath right there. Sure. What is drowning? Oh, sleet wheat. Of course. I'm convinced. I have aquatic dupes. Hey, look at this. Desktop coders using the little jet suit. Nice. Nice. So now you can go down here and you can dig this stuff up and hopefully not catch fire. Ha! I know. What's the fun in that? But it's got to be a first for everything. Hassan. No. Wait a minute. You're suffering from hypothermia. I guess you've come to the right spot. When did I ever put petroleum in this? Dig, 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 dig. Cancel. Wait a minute. Where did this chlorine come from? What did I dig into? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I just have kilograms and kilograms of chlorine down here. Where? Crap. Guess I don't gotta worry about germs. Do have to worry about breathing though. There must have been like one tile over here with chlorine in it and I just didn't see it. Or maybe it was this or something? Gosh, I don't know. Somewhere something let loose and that's the result. Well, guess we're gonna be jumping into those suits earlier than I thought. Let's make sure they're plugged in and filled up with oxygen. And if I can, let's block this off with a door. All right, so here's how this is going to work. We're going to have airlocks there. Basically everything that's below this point. So the whole idea is to control the access going in and out of this area by using doors. So what I can do down here, I haven't really figured out exactly how I'm going to do it, but I can do some sort of liquid lock here. So you jump in the suit, you go through that, and you get into this area. Boom. All right, one thing I can do already is I think if I put a conveyor in right here with a conveyor chute, I should be able to put some chlorine right in this area and then store my food inside of there. Although the thing is, I got like multiple things I want to put in that same spot. So the chlorine has to come first. All right, we do that number, that number, that number. It's gonna take a little bit of doing to get done. I've got boatloads of chlorine here, so let's do that. I'll run that. How about right over here like this? Temporary install thing, so not gonna be too worried about how it looks. So, okay, fine, we'll go up there. All the spaghetti pipes. So that'll do all that, and then once I plug it in, boop, there we go. This way I can bring chlorine up into this box right there. Which maybe I throw a door up there so I can open and close it. Ooh, nice. That's exactly what I needed over here. A little bit of food. Let's choose that. Ha, back up to 24,000. Thank you, printing pod. All right, so we had a bit of a setback over here, but let's see how Vin is doing. This map, we're still trying to build up the pipe, it looks like. Then we'll build up the stations, and hopefully we don't have a problem down here. Just gonna have to be real careful. There we go. Now over here on Sludgax, I have the metal refinery up and running. Nice. Gonna refine a little bit of iron, which I'm mining up, and then make that into steel. Although, you know what? I think I'm gonna send another dupe over here to my second map, then, just to kind of help out. Seems like things are taking a little bit too long over here. I want to get that done. So, who can I send over? Monk here doesn't need a whole lot to operate, so let's go ahead and send. There you go. Jump on in the pod. Boop. And teleport. Boom. And welcome to your new base, at least for right now. Could you help them build stuff? Thank you. All right, jeez. These dupes over here already have this entire pipe built up. Man. Got a little bit of carbon dioxide in there. Only 60 grams. We could probably get rid of that easily enough. What I'm going to do is now plug that in. Man, look at all that chlorine. Ugh. Dupes, why are you sleeping over here? Why do you have a full bladder? You can go there. No, you just want to run back over here and fall asleep? What? Ah, this door was set to right only. Got it. There you go. Whew. Disaster avoided. Good thing I looked over here. Oh no, who made a mess? Ada? Oh no. I set these dupes to dig this stuff out. They're having issues, of course. Don't you dare build that up. Oh, no, 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 Camille. No. No. No, no. No, 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 no. Are you telling me that the toilets are out of order? Oh, we've got too much pee water. I see. Well, this is gonna be a mess. All right, so here we go. Chlorine in the pipes. Chlorine is moving. What are you gonna do, carbon dioxide? It's your move. Shipping, we're going to do a conveyor loader over here, and then we'll do a little bit of a shipping rail. Oh, it worked. Ha. Okay, whatever you do, don't go in here. And then, can you deconstruct that through the corner? Outside of world. Okay, let's deconstruct that. 9. Move back over here. Okay, now we've got water there. Still have chlorine there. Perfect. All right. Well, that definitely had to happen earlier than I thought, but at least I'll have a spot for some food. The thing is, we're still trying to store food down here. I guess technically we don't have to store it all the way down there. We could just kind of slap her down right here. Although I don't really want to store it down there. But what do you need, man? Where'd my suits go? Oops, we just had jet suits. What did you do with the jet suits, Dupe? You can't go through here. You can't go through there. How did you get back in? I have 2 of them. I know I do. 1, 2. Okay. All right. I feel like I'm jumping all over the place tonight, just trying to keep up with things. Hey, there we go. Now the jet suit's here, and will soon be full of oxygen. Haha. I don't think I have quite enough power to make everything work here, so I'm gonna try to hook up another solar panel. Try to max out my capacity here. I do have several gas pumps now running inside my base. So you can see that we're starting to run jumbo batteries and whatnot. I gotta get that stuff up and running. So many little details I gotta keep track of at this point. All right, there we go. Nuffy's now giving the old suit a try here. There we go. Not very quick though. Gosh, that's really slowing them down. I can go ahead and get rid of that. Sweep it up real quick. That'll take my food, at least from there, and I can take that and put it inside of here, which I guess I don't have it plugged up. Then I can store my food over there. Ooh, what's going on over here? Trapped. May, congrats. How you managed to get in here, I don't know, but congrats. Okay, so at this point I went to sleep, and then when I came back the next day, we had some different rules that applied to things like the jet suits. The way that I was using them before aren't actually going to work, and you're going to see that in the second half of this video. Although I didn't necessarily know what was going on, because I went to sleep, woke up, and then got right back to recording, because to be honest, to make daily videos, I pretty much need to run as fast as I can. So, but let's just take a look at some of the patch notes that I was able to find here, because some things here did change. They changed the way that the oxygen mask system, you'll see that in a moment here, and I'll actually be using it in game. Apparently the size of the gravitas windows have changed. I think one of the other patch notes here was that we have some different information on the rocketry. Yes, maximum modules, nice. And if we mouse over this, we should get some more information. Fuel consumed per tile. 41.7 kilograms. Fuel remaining, 150 kilograms. Nice. So the difference between these two rockets is how quickly it moves, not necessarily its maximum range. At least that's what I'm seeing. We can move 5 tiles per cycle. We can move 3.3 tiles per cycle. Interesting. One of the other things you're going to see in the second half of this video is that there seems to have been a change to the jet suits. You can't get in them unless there is a petroleum input to it. So while my dupes were able to come down here and use the jet suits, even though the jet suit itself was full of petroleum, it didn't have a petroleum input. My same dupes now, I don't think can actually go through here and use this. So that affects everything that I was doing. So if I were to take a dupe and say, hey, you can come down here, yes, but they can't go over there. So that's the big change that happened between the first half of this video and the second half of this video. So now you kind of understand the context. Let's move on. All right, so unfortunately, this map over here suffered a bit of a setback. And it's a little bit annoying because right now I can use the jet suits, but even though the suits have some petroleum in it, the dupes don't want to actually jump in the suits themselves. So I can kind of like charge them up undock them, and then put the dupes inside of that. But as it turns out, since I have 3 dupes, one of them always wants to run out here. So, I don't know. I think I might end up just going back to the oxygen mask thingy and just going with that. Because I think the only way to get my dupes inside the jet suits here, besides doing this number, which I guess is okay for right now, you know, you can see what I had to do right there. So, it's a little bit annoying. So, see, Eric right here actually cannot go past this now. So, I'll just kind of deconstruct the stuff, leave it on hand, and then we'll come back to it. And Meep here, despite all the rules that says he should not be flying around, just loves to fly around in the suit. All right, unequip it. I was able to get him in the suit long enough to bring the food back over here. So at least we got past that hurdle. Gosh, if only we didn't have the issue with the chlorine. Oh well. But with this in mind, if we go back here, one more thing that I need to build up in order to get into this area is going to be a little bit of a petroleum, an oil refinery, I should say. So I'm working on that. Now I don't necessarily need an oil refinery. I can ship oil from one biome to the other, so I think I will do a little bit of that. Or petroleum or something, I don't know. It's early again. Now this map's a little bit easier because I can warp stuff in. So I have petroleum in my other base, Sludgax over here, so I can actually just teleport that over. And you can see it right here. I just gotta build the pipe. And then I can use something like a liquid valve in order to bring in stuff or not bring in stuff. So there we go. But what I really need to do here is I really need to get down to these Dracos, get some reed fiber, because that's the only reed fiber I have seen thus far. And without a little bit of reed fiber, and I won't ever have Atmo suits, and I'm going to have to keep messing around with the petroleum and all that stuff, which I'd rather not do. So here's what I'll do. I'll put in the oxygen mask system, and then we'll put a little bit of a vent right next to it. And like we've talked about a few times, we'll try this number right here. We'll try to put a sensor next to this and say, as long as we have a certain amount of pressure, then we'll run this thing. That way it doesn't pull a vacuum over here. I guess the one nice thing about this place is that it is basically made of metal, so I don't have to worry about using up a little ore on the mask thingamajig itself. All right, so I'll set this up so as long as it's above 900 or so, then we should be all right. Ha! Meep's running out there with a partially filled mask. But that's all right, at least he doesn't have to hold his breath. You know, another thought I had with the masks that might actually be kind of cool is if rather than they went back and actually dropped it on the ground, if they went back and like put it back in the mask station. Or like emptied the oxygen into the mask station. But I think they did make a change here because how much oxygen is in this mask? Only 16.2. Okay, they did actually make a change. Ha! How about that? They can take partially full masks. And no, we can't reach through the gap to get that. So, the disadvantage that we have without using a suit over here is that we have a major irritation. So that's -4 to athletics. Honestly though, if you compare that to wearing a suit that you're not equipped to wear, I suppose that's about a trade-off. Yeah, Meep, there's some good food up there. So does Meep understand that he's about to run out of oxygen? I don't know. I don't think he does. Meep, I'm concerned. Oxygen? Oxygen, Meep? There you go. He just figured it out. Okay, well cool. They actually did make a little change to the oxygen mask thing, and it works. Oh, Nafi, you are kind of slow. Come on, bud. You can make it. I tell you what, I gotta rethink my strategy on this planet. The most important thing that I really need over here is gonna be these Dracos. So I can start to ranch those and get the reed fiber from them. So I'll try to finish up cleaning around the volcanoes, but that's gonna be the next thing I try to tackle. Oh no. Am I full on hydrogen again? Crap. Alright, so if I take a look at my VIN map here, things are doing alright. We're just running poor pipes all over this map. Not what I wanted. Okay, so I tell you what though, on this map, I'm glad I had the forethought of making this isolated up here, right? So that the pressure is still relatively different than everything else. That definitely saved me over here. If I didn't do that, there's a good chance that all my oxygen would be like pushed up way here, and I wouldn't even be able to do much. So, ha! Looks like Meep won't be able to make it past this mask station with his suit on. keep seeing him. I keep telling him to put a suit on, but he just keeps coming back with a mask. So that takes priority. Oh well. We're learning. A little bit at a time. Alrighty, how are we doing over here? Pipes, 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 pipes. Come on, dupes, just a little bit more. Ooh, an arbor acorn, but in a different base. That might actually be pretty good. All right, well, I can go over here and I can start to deconstruct some of our old stuff. Think I can use this as a spot where I might be able to put a little bit of a telescope. Matter of fact, do we have any glass left over? Aha, maybe. Just maybe we don't actually need to go outside in order to use the telescope. I've seen some interesting things posted in different discords, so it might work. Or you could just build it from outside. Sure, that works too. Eric, stations, research, rocketry, telescoping. All right, we build it right there. I'll be curious to see if this works. And also, so that I don't drown in hydrogen, here's what we'll do. Boop. Set up a smart battery, a little bit of a hydrogen generator. Just plopped it down right there. I guess I could have put it right here. Because that mealwood's not going to grow. It's too hot. By like a half a degree. Invalid build location. Have a base. Oh, and people were asking me, can you deconstruct the rover lander? Yes, you can. Can you deconstruct the robots, though? No. I also don't know of any way you can recharge them or anything like that. So, uh-oh. Volcanoes are acting up again, reminding me that I can't just ignore them. All right, there we go. Surrounding the volcano with a little bit of insulated tiles. That'll buy me some time. At least the heat won't escape that fast. I like the new masks. They seem to be working quite well. I mean, my dupes are able to move through the station quite quickly. Seems like a good change. I like it. All right. Have we set up everything we need now, finally, for this? No. No, we have not. Ooh, it looks like that's set up, though. So does that mean I'm bringing over petroleum? Yeah, doesn't look like it. Complicated. I feel like I got stuff everywhere. Now that we can't get to that, that changes everything. Aha! Here we go. Here comes some petroleum. Nice, finally. All right, so that will teleport through to the other base. All the way, all the way over here. There it goes. So that'll end up hopefully over here in the tanks, or right there. Allow me to get down here to do what I need to do to build up the station I need to build to get into here. Oh, what a project. Now I also have fuel down here so that I can now get down here again. And as you can see, now that we have liquid flowing in, we can now use the suit. And I should have another suit because I've automated my production of suits. Yes, there we go. Have another one. Perfect. Good deal. Glad to see that that's working. And over here in Meep's world, you can see that I have successfully surrounded some of these volcanoes. So the hot tiles, these ones right here, the ones that are actually touching things like gold, except for this tile right here, has worked out. I think I also opened up a tile right here for just a moment, and Drecos being Drecos, slipped on out. Ha! Maybe you knew what was going on. I might have made the mistake, but you knew. Look at all of this chlorine. Ah! Hold on to your oxygen, man. Things are a little crazy. Whatever you do, dupes, don't go through here. Lock. Don't go through here either. That is off limits. The stuff behind that door, gone. We'll never get back to it. Although, what I have prepared over here is for our Drecos. Nice. All right, so now if we take a look at this room, you can see that it is too big. But there should be like a way to get 96 tiles out of this thing. 90. Aha, right there, right there. So if I do that number, I do this number, and I put a couple of doors in just like this, and fill up that top spot right there, I should have a nice little Dreco farm. Ranch, Dreco ranch. They can come down here, eat mealwood, which I do need some more food. Ha, and what do we have here? A snazzy suit, of course. I'll feed you right next to that, so just pick it up. Boop. Or drop it on the ground. Okay, dupes. So I know I've got pipes running all over this base already, but we're gonna run another pipe all the way all over the place. Hold up, we don't need all that. Hey, looks like this is working out pretty good. Ha! It's different using jet suits. I don't do that too often. So this is kind of interesting. It does kind of make digging things out a little bit different, doesn't it? Oh, look at this gas. I somehow have come up with my own little like gas lock here. I've got hydrogen up top, oxygen right in the middle, holding on, and then chlorine right down here. And I'm gonna need a dupe with some skills over here. Who wants to do ranching? Eric, you have the... There you go, Eric. That is your job. Critter ranching. Dun, dun, dun. Ooh, yes, look at this nice little place. You're gonna love it, Drecos. Absolutely gonna love it. Unreachable build. Oh, by the way, did I tell you, dupes, that you need to build another pipe? Because I think I totally forgot. There's so much. Okay. I'm gonna have nightmares about pipe spaghetti here eventually. Okay, forget it. No more pipes. We're doing canister fillers. Ugh. There we go. And then we go down to ventilation. Use the canister emptier. And we'll slap one down over there. There you go. Now, how big is this room? 97. Or one off. Alright, so I won't be able to necessarily get to all of my objectives in this video, but we have surrounded this volcano right here, and you know what? There's one more skill I have yet to unlock. Hazmat Digging. And I wonder if there's a new fancy hat for that. Oh, there is! It's red! Congrats, you are the first Hazmat Digger. I hear this job comes with a few risks. Hey, there we go. Got a Dreco Tust. We're now taking it and running it all the way back over here to the ranch. Ah, finally. No! Well, okay, that... Yay, it made it here. We'll plug that thing in. We'll get a little bit of hydrogen over here. We'll actually get our hands on some reed fiber. That's a pretty good accomplishment. I tell you what, this episode, just about everything seems to be a fight in me. I'm starting to lose my patience with it. Oh, and now you give me a Dreklet? All right, oxygen not included, you win. Well, that's all I got time for today. Next time, we will actually cover how to get through germs and get into here, but unfortunately, I ran into a few too many roadblocks and just didn't get there today. But we're close. We're really, really close. At any rate, that's all I got time for today. Have a great day, guys. Stay awesome. Peace. Brothgar out.